how to get the best air quality device as a whole home system so that you can improve the quality of air you're breathing right now today. Welcome to my channel. I'm an indoor air quality expert who has helped thousands of people get better through improving the quality of air that they're breathing inside their own homes. I think the most vulnerable part of our homes is the HVAC system. We all have heard these HVAC filters. You know, those things we're supposed to change every couple months or so. And then when we realize, looks pretty dirty, we go in and change them. The problem with these filters, at best, you're getting about a MERV 13 filter rating, which means that a lot of the particles we're concerned about, like mold and bacteria and toxins and all these other things, pretty much, again, according to the American Lung Association, anything smaller than 10 microns poses the greatest human health risk. So yes, mold, bacteria, toxins, viruses, you name it. And all of these things are so small that they're bypassing the filter, meaning they are just pushing right through because the filter can only be designed to tackle a specific size particle. And then there's the efficiency. I'll give you an example. Maybe I can get a particle as small as 1 micron, but only 50% of the time. So that means that if I have a particle the size of 1 micron, 50% of the time it's passing through the filter, 50% of the time it's getting caught into the filter. So that means that, well, I'm only 50% protected from that size particle. All of this means that over time, as these particles bypass the filtration system, they contaminate the HVAC system. And the biggest point of contention inside this HVAC system is called the evaporative coil, because it condensates. Condensation provides Earth's life source to microbiological contaminants like mold and bacteria. With that being said, I now have mold and bacteria growing inside my HVAC system, pushing out particles all across my house. And this was really a strange discovery to me because, like you might be thinking right now, well, that's a metal component. I thought mold can't grow on metal. Well, it can't grow into metal because it doesn't have any pores. But it can grow on top of metal and certainly will grow and eat and feed off of the dust that collects inside this metal. Unfortunately, if you open up a coil, depending on the age and how the quality of filter you have and how often you clean it, if you open up and look at this coil, most likely it's gonna be kind of a dusty, gross mess. As you're thinking about this right now, you're probably saying, I don't know that I've ever had the coil cleaned, right? Or, I wonder if my HVAC company cleans my coil, and unfortunately, most of them are not. So that brings me to this point. If we can install better filters on the return side of our HVAC machines, we can trap more tiny particles from getting to the HVAC machine, contaminating it, and then affecting the quality of air that we're breathing. In the thousands of homes that I've helped personally work on, I can tell you this. Every single HVAC system was grossly contaminated, had lots of issues, and the people living inside of these homes were complaining of serious health effects. Some, of course, more serious than others. So improving this filter is key. Now, for the sake of helping people who are looking for a simple answer and they can get out of this video, I'll tell you what my favorite product is. It is the IntelliPure Super V, and you can go and look this up on homecleanse.com in the shop section right now. But for those who are interested in a little more about the science behind it, this particular product, the reason why I like it so much, it was developed in about 2017, and since then, it has been able to successfully remove 7 nanometers in particle size. It's very, very tiny. That's the size of some viruses now. And it is a MERV 16 rated filter, which is a 95% efficiency. And it only causes the pressure drop of a MERV 8, which is really important for any of my HVAC nerds out there, because anyone talking through HVAC always has this issue of, if I install too good of a filter, it restricts too much airflow, and then it drowns the system, causing coil freezes and other problems. Why would we want to have this on our HVAC as opposed to all these different plugins across our home? Well, I'll tell you very specifically, because It can protect the HVAC system and purify the air inside the house at the same time. Because if you have rooms with multiple returns in them, meaning I've got a return in my living room, I've got a return in my kitchen, maybe I've got a return in every bedroom, wherever there is a return, it's gonna be drawing that air and that dust and those toxins and particles with it, which then gets trapped into this filter, which is gonna be located right before it gets to the machine. So I am effectively removing dust and toxins from all the rooms that I have a return in them by just hooking up this air filter by the piece of equipment. But an air purifier itself, all it is a good filter on a vacuum. And it's just constantly drawing air in through it, trapping stuff into the filter, and recycling that clean air back out on the other side. Well, that's exactly what this is doing, except it's doing it for your HVAC system. If you don't have a central HVAC system, what you want to do is you want to get the highest MERV rating that you possibly can, okay, for whatever system you might have. So if I can't filter out my particles down to 7 nanometers in particle size, because I have a mini split, for example, well, then I'm probably going to want to have that mini split cleaned every quarter or twice a year, because I'm going to know that over time, things will start to grow inside of it. As a matter of fact, NADCA, or the National Air Duct Cleaning Association, is the only association in America that helps HVAC contractors understand microbiological contaminants. So therein lies the problem. Try to find someone who's NADCA certified. You could do a better job cleaning your equipment. Last but not least, the air purification systems itself. Again, the name of the game is the same. I want a machine that's gonna remove as small of a particle as possible at the highest efficiency possible. And I don't necessarily care about all these other bells and whistles. What impacts the quality of air that you're breathing is how small of a particle it can remove at what efficiency. Again, you want to see my recommendations on air purifiers, go to homecleanse.com, check out the shop. But if you just want to go off on your own and do your own research, use the guide rails that I've given you, and I think you'll find better filters, better air purifiers, and better ways to control the quality of air that you're breathing.